Hello everyone and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in this episode of my YouTube videos, I'm going to be talking about the currency pairs that are having a high chances of playing out this morning. So let's do a chart breakdown and see the one that is having a high chances of playing out this morning. But before we jump into the technical aspect, let's first of all look at the macroeconomic event that is about to be released within the day. So today's date is 28th of May 2025. So let's move to the forexfactory.com to check the macroeconomic event that is about to be released. So 28th of May 2025, looking at the high impact news that is about to be released, you don't have anything during the lending session. You don't have any high impact news that is about to be released. So one thing you need to understand too is what the month is about to end, and when the month is about to end, most of the times you get slow movement in price too. So we need to be very careful with when we are trading. So 28th of May 2025, we don't have any high impact news. So during the lending session, so all this news, the NZD news happened during the Asian session, so it has already been released. So so today we are going to be having FOMC meeting. Okay, we are going to be having FOMC meeting around 6 p.m. But during the lending session, we don't have any high impact news. During the New York session too, we don't have any high impact news. So when we get any trade setup, we have we have the chances of executing, or we have the opportunity to still execute, because we don't have any high impact news during the lending and the New York session. So we are good to go. So let's move to the technical aspects and let's look at some of the currency pairs that are having high chances of playing out this morning. But before we move to currencies, let's first of all look at gold USD. Let's look at the commodity side and see what is about to be happening on those side. Since a lot of people are interested in gold, let's see what you are expecting it to happen. So looking at gold USD, moving to the higher time frame, doing our top down analysis, looking at the higher time frame, looking at your left, you don't have any high impact news that is about to be released. Looking at the weekly time frame, with the weekly time frame, I think we are having some rejectional levels that if price is approaching those levels, it is going to react over there. So we have a reactional level over here. We're having a reactional level, we're having another reactional level over here. So looking at the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, we're having this support level over here. We're having this support level over here. Okay, so that's the daily time frame. So looking at the daily time frame trend on gold USD, the daily time frame trend is what? An uptrend. Price was doing more of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So there was a shift in trend over here. So the trend shifted to what? An uptrend. So currently at the moment, what? The trend on gold USD at the daily time frame is what? An uptrend. So we have identified our various reactional levels. You have identified the trend of what at the daily time frame, and we've come to understand that the daily time frame trend is what? An uptrend. So let's move to what? The H4 time frame. So moving to the H4 time frame, this is what our focus time frame. That's where you are going to be checking the trend and everything. But before that, let's look at the daily time frame, the previous daily time frame candle too as well. So you notice that the previous daily candle closed bearish, so it's going to give us so currently the daily time frame closed bearish, but the trend is what? The overall trend pattern structure or pattern trend is what? An uptrend. So looking at the daily H4 time frame, so the H4 time frame, this is our focus time frame. So the H4 time frame trend is also what? So let's say it's an uptrend. At the H4 time frame trend is what? An uptrend. By looking at this candle, reanalyzing this one critically, looking at the H4 time frame trend, it looks like what? It's an uptrend. There was a small break of what? Break of this higher low over here. There was a small break. This candle break it just small. Okay, looking at it, it looks like, but it's not clear. The clarity is not there. So when I see something of this sort, mostly I just stay out, because the trend is kind of not, I'm not getting the clarity on what? The trend. So there was another reactional level over here, so we can see it, but we can see it with by ourselves. That's what, or we can see the trend currently price is currently struggling to what break this reactional level. Okay, so we can see it over here. So at this point you're having this reactional level over here. So before we can take a buy, unless price or the candle break above this one, before we go in for what a buy at the daily H4 time frame. So the focus time frame trend is what an uptrend at this moment. It's kind of not clear, but let's take it like that. It's an uptrend. So looking at the H4 candle, it looks like the H4 candle opens with no wick. So when we see something of this sort, we need to be very careful, because the candle opens with no wick. The chances that price can come back and create that wick before it will bounce or it will continue moving up or continue the trend again is very high. So you need to be very careful of what taking a buy, because the H4 time frame candle opens with no wick. Because if you look at the past candles, you notice that they all what formed with a wick, but at this point there was no wick over here. So what I will be waiting for on gold USD is what I'll wait for the candle to break above this one before I'll be looking for a buy, and what to take advantage, or to take advantage of this small range over here close to 162 pips. I'll take advantage of this one. So that's what I'll be expecting. I'll be waiting to what happen on gold USD at the moment, unless the candle close above this one. If the candle close above this one, then I'll be glad to look for a buy opportunity. So those who are gold diggers, those who trade gold, I think you can look, or you can watch at this analysis, and you make your decision from that. So let's move to currencies. So these are the currencies that I trade for now. But looking at the currencies, I've not seen, this week is kind of, the market is kind of not smooth. So during the Asian session, I saw an opportunity over here, so I took some small buy over here. I was expecting price to move to this target, but it got close to the target, and price again reversed. There was a buy opportunity over here that I took advantage of. Okay, price, if you look at the daily time frame, the trend is uptrend. H4, the trend is uptrend, so I took advantage of, I was expecting to take I took advantage of, I took a buy over here, expecting price to get to the target, but it was close to the target, and price was reversed. Okay, it was few pips to the target, and price reversed. So that's it. Okay, so looking at the pair that I'm expecting it to play out is GBPJPY. So let's check GBPJPY and what I'm expecting it to happen on GBPJPY. So we're having this reactional level over here. There's a reactional level over here on GBPJPY. There was another support level over here on GBPJPY. So looking at the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, there was another reactional level over here. There was another reactional level over here on the weekly time frame. So looking at the daily time frame, the daily time frame trend currently is an uptrend. Price made a deep pullback, and now the trend is continuing. So currently the trend at the daily time frame is an uptrend. Okay, so looking at the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame trend too is also an uptrend. We're having this reactional level over here at the H4 time frame. So at this point, what I would love waiting for is I'm expecting price to break above this one. That is where I will be glad, I'll be happy taking a buy. When price break and close, when the candle close above this one, like what I'm currently seeing, I will be glad to I'll be happy to look for a buy opportunity. Moving to the lower time frames, then I'll take advantage of this range. Okay, close to 75 pips range. I'll be looking for a sell. I'll be looking for a buy and take, because the daily time frame trend is an uptrend, H4 time frame trend is an uptrend. So at this point, we just want a support to be created over here, then you go in for a buy. So if you are confused on this analysis that I'm doing, you can join my mentorship group, and I'm going to explain everything in the baby steps for you to understand. So if you are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video too as well. And if you don't want to miss out to any video that I'll upload on the channel, kindly put the channel on all notification. Anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to get notified. Thank you all for having the time to watch to the end of this video. Bye bye to you all.